Yeah.
I appreciate speaking with you, Chris. My name
Thank
is
you.
Dean.
Thank you, Dean. Nice to talk to you.
Nice to talk with you.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm heading down English Bay.
Okay.
So I'll be around.
I'll do some shopping. So
Okay.
thank you for your work. I know you're very well known. You're very well respected. I've seen you on YouTube. Thank you so much for what you do.
My pleasure. Someone's got to do it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's true. That's true. And these are dangerous times because they're confusing times. People are confused.
That's right. That's right.
They don't know, and they think. A lot of people, when they're in fear, they figure, well, I better go along with whatever the government says. That way I'm safe.
Yeah.
So they think.
Yeah. And if anyone speaks up about this issue, the left will say, oh, they're anti-LGBT, and that silences conversation. Yeah, but we should be able to talk about anything in society. When children are coming to harm, lifelong harm, we really need to talk about that a lot. So that's all I'm doing is having conversations.
Yeah. But I would really encourage you to stop by Spencer's office with your sign.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
And see what could be done. I mean, it may be a little late in the day today, but you know where his office is then.
Yeah, I've spoken to some NDP members. I actually went into the NDP campaign headquarters in Victoria last election cycle, and I spoke with Grace Lore, who's now the Minister of State for Childcare.
Sorry, what name?
Grace Lore.
Grace?
Yeah, Grace Lore, L-O-R-E.
Oh, Lord.
L-O-R-E.
But, L-O-R-E.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
But I laid out everything for about 10 minutes, and one by one, everyone in this room fell silent. And then I got to this part of my spiel where I mentioned how there's this man in British Columbia who raped a 3-month-old and murdered a 6-month-old, drowned him.
What?
And he now identifies as a woman.
What?
The province of British Columbia paid for him to get breast implants, and they transferred him into the Fraser Valley Penitentiary for women, where, of course, he's assaulted a woman. So I told them all this stuff and all about this child abuse. And do you know what their reaction was? They kicked me out because I was making them feel unsafe.
Oh, that's bullshit.
And as I was walking back to my car, I kid you not, after that story, I'm walking back to my car, I look through the window, they were all laughing. So that's the NDP. They don't care. I've even mentioned this story on Twitter, and I've tagged Grace Lore about this man, this murderer sent to a women's prison. And she responded. Do you know what she said? I stand with the trans community. So honestly, talking to these people is like beating your head against a brick wall. It's not going to do anything. We need to vote them out.
They're not listening, and they're, you see, that last statement you repeat then is a safe statement for that person to make. Like so Grace Lore, she's an NDP.
Yeah, she's NDP. She used to be, and I didn't know this at the time when I was talking to her,
Yeah.
because I literally I was going back to my hotel at night. I'd been out on the street in Victoria all day, and I stumbled upon this NDP campaign headquarters. I could see all their political posters, and the Minister of Education was also campaigning out of that building, and I really wanted to talk to him. He wasn't there, his campaign manager was, but I ended up talking to Grace for 10 minutes, and she just stood there quietly while I said everything. And I found out afterwards, she had been the gender studies professor at the University of Victoria. So she's just an activist, is all she is. And there's honestly absolutely no point trying to reason with the NDP. They cannot be reasoned with. We have to vote them out.
Yeah,
So the United Party has no chance of winning. We need them to collapse. We really need them just to fold. And we need people to vote Conservative, because that's the only way we're going to get back to sanity in this province.
But the statement like, I stand with this trans community, see,
Yeah.
that's a very safe statement for a politician to make.
Right.
Very safe.
They think so.
Yeah,
But they're going to learn that it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We're going to change the culture so that it becomes not. Yeah.
Thank you, Chris.
Yeah.
Make it so it's not a safe statement to make. And but I would say, if anyone said didn't feel safe around me, I said, well, you and I are both adults.
I'm literally having a calm conversation like I always do. She said it 3 times that they needed to make this a safe space, which is always...
Safe for who?
Exactly. That's just code word for we only permit pro-transgender talk around here.
But I would say safe space. Safe for who?
Right.
I'd say, some situation is that I don't feel safe, but I'm an adult. I can take care of myself.
The women in that prison don't feel safe.